Hey guys, so it's my 4-2 response, and my first quote that I did was where he says, "It's about helping you realize that each of you has important things to say." And I think that's really good because we so often forget to tell kids that what they say matters and that what they say is good and is true and is important, that their words have a really big impact on what is around them. And so I thought that was neat that he was just really pointing that out. And the other day in my class, a girl had said something and she finished her sentence with, "Oh yeah, I think it's like this, but I mean, I don't know." And our professor in that moment was like, "Yes, you do know." And I thought that was so cool because usually when you end a sentence with "I don't know," people don't reiterate that, yeah, you do know what you're talking about and you're right. And so I thought that was interesting, and I think that's what he's trying to get across in this, is that you do know, and what you say matters and has worth and has value, and you have worth and value, and you can make a difference with your words, and you can really change things for good and use your words for good. Second quote that I liked was when he said, "What many of us do when we turn on the TV is turn off our brains. We don't really think much about what it is we're watching and why, but I want you guys to start thinking. I want you to be smarter than your TVs." This is good. We do so often just not even think about what we're watching. Like the guy was talking about in his article or whatever, is they watch Jerry Springer and they don't even think about what's going on. They don't question why is it okay that people are yelling and screaming and that all they're doing is portraying this girl who's supposed to be a 13-year-old prostitute. And we find it interesting to watch when this girl's being humiliated in the middle of a stage and in front of tons of people. And so I love that he's trying to get these kids to think about what they're actually watching and think about, why do I watch this, and why, like, what is this show promoting? What is this show saying, or what's the point? What's it trying to get across to us? And I think it would really change our viewpoint on a lot of shows that we watch. Like, I think of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and it's like, what's the point? Like, what does that show promote? And if you think about the basis of it all, most shows that are on television are just for entertainment and don't encourage us to use our brains and think about what's going on. So I thought that was really cool as well. And then my third quote was when he said it, as in like TV media, influenced them in both blatantly direct and artfully camouflaged ways. I think this is so true and valid, and that TV and media influences us in ways we don't even realize sometimes. Sometimes we do see it, but most of the time it is camouflaged, and we don't even realize that it seeps into how we act and the words we say and how we act with other people. I think about this with like Nicholas Sparks movies and how lots of girls are able to, it like seeps into their lives and the relationships, and they think that a man is going to treat them how a man would in a Nicholas Sparks movie, which just isn't an accurate depiction of a relationship whatsoever. And so I just thought that was really interesting that so many people are misled in all of that. So I think that's just an example of how it can be camouflaged in a sense. And so I think just being really aware of what we put in is kind of what's going to come out of us as well. And so not allowing TV to influence us in a negative way, I think, is important. My last quote that I really liked was when he was talking about feeling like his classes may be irrelevant or teachers would think it's dumb and pointless. He said, "But what could be more basic for kids growing up in the media-drenched, commercially saturated 1990s than the ability to question, analyze, and evaluate the barrage of messages that bombarded them?" I think this is so good because these teachers, this man's cohorts, thought that this class was going to be pointless, but in reality, this class is one that teacher took was relevant to the students and made it to where it was interesting for them, and they had to question, wait, what am I watching, and why do I listen to the songs I listen to? And most of the time we feel like class is super irrelevant and that it can't apply to real life, but this is a perfect depiction of what a relevant class looks like and what being excited about learning what could look like. And I think it can be difficult for teachers now just because we have curriculum and we have to follow stuff and we have to get certain things accomplished. And this guy didn't have to follow that, which makes a little bit of a difference. But in this sense, when you have the ability to do this and just be creative with it, I mean, it can make the world of a difference. And these kids, or those kids, will take what they learn in that class and can apply it every single day of their lives, because media is around us all the time. So I just thought that was really cool. Yeah. And then 2 questions I have. My first question kind of has like a lot of questions, but all kind of the same. I don't know. So the first one is, why are we able to listen to music or watch TV so thoughtlessly? Why don't we question it? Why don't we question what goes in, or what we watch, or what we listen to? And is it something that we're taught to do, or is it just innate in us? Like, why aren't we thinking about what is coming into us, and why aren't we taught to analyze it on a regular basis? Maybe it's a parent's job, I don't know. But most kids don't even think about what they put into them. So, just thoughts there. And then my second question is, what would be the impact on students if they were taught to really analyze every song and TV show that they encountered? I think it would just be crazy if we actually took the time to think about what we were putting into our heads. So yeah. And then 2 real life examples. The first one, just this past weekend, I was talking to my boss from the summer, and he was talking about the song "Look Good For You" by Selena Gomez. And he's like, have you ever listened to those lyrics? I mean, those lyrics are kind of like interesting if you actually pay attention to what she's saying. And for me, I never thought about what she was saying, and I just always remember the "look good for you" part, the chorus, which is what most people pay attention to, and then the verses, most people don't think about what she's actually saying, or what any artist is saying. And I looked at the lyrics and was really amazed at what she actually says in that song, and gave me a whole new viewpoint on the song. So that's just an example of not paying attention to what goes into my head. And then the second example is just like realizing how many TV shows that I've watched that have affected me, but in camouflaged ways. I think like the Nicholas Sparks thing can ring true for most people, most girls, and not to like an extreme degree, but a little bit. So I think it also affects like how sometimes we can talk to each other, or expectations for how life should be. I think that's definitely been a thing for me. So yeah, that's my 42 response. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, bye.